What's up, SNA fans? Sorry about that technical difficulties, but back here with the wrestling news video on February 16, 2023 and 4. We're back to the Nia Jax report. It says Nia Jax is one of the most intimidated superstars in the WWE ring. However, the former Raw Women's Champion uh, often showcased her other side outside the squared circle. This was the case recently as she sent a one-word message to Kevin Patrick. Patrick was a part of the Raw and SmackDown commentary team. However, a few weeks back, he was removed from the SmackDown desk shortly after. The Irishman was also released from his contract. The 38-year-old recently commented on his departure and also revealed that he will be returning to his football roots and is said to be the lead host of MLS the 360 on Apple TV. Nia Jax was quick to react to her former colleague's announcement as she broke character to congratulate Kevin Patrick on his new venture by posting or tweeting on Twitter/X congratulations, which I'm going to show you right here. Hopefully you can see that. But what are your thoughts on this out of character moment on Twitter by the Irresistible Force? Do you think that's going to be a one-off, or is he going to do this every so often, like every once and so often? Let me rephrase that. Let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, and Nia Jax is also scheduled a week from this Saturday to face the current Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley in a Women's World Championship match. And do you think she's going to get the job done and squash Rhea Ripley for good and dethrone her for the Women's World Champion before any of the future number one contender women can ever have a chance to? Or do you think that Rhea has this up her sleeve, what if it's on her pants sleeves or shirt sleeves of her long sleeve, metaphorically? Because she don't wear long sleeve pants anymore. But anyways, yeah, you get the point. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, I think that Ripley's gonna win. Like, it may not be no squash match regardless, but it's gonna be like a dog fight. Like, they're gonna be fighting away. They're gonna hit each other with their finishing moves, each other respectively. Every time. Like, they're just gonna keep going back and forth. Like, we're gonna go like the riptide, and then the Samoan drop, and then there's the riptide, Samoan drop, leg drop, the Australian clover leaf, or any of those moves of the sort. But yeah, but again, we're just gonna have to wait and see what's gonna happen between then. And yeah, and let's move on to the next wrestling news. We got Triple H to bring back former tag team tag team champions after 3 years exploring potential surprise at WWE Elimination Chamber. WWE Elimination Chamber will be. Oh, sorry. In the Optus Stadium 8 days from today. So far, WWE announced 4 matches for the premium live event. The show featured the annual men's and women's Elimination Chamber matches. Moreover, Rhea Ripley will put the Women's World Championship on the line against Nia Jax, while her stablemate from the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest, will defend their undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship against Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, 2/3 of the British Strong Style, of course. The Stanford-based promotion has been on a hot streak on putting on good premium live events lately, and WWE Chief Content Officer Triple H will be looking to continue it in Australia. Therefore, he could have some surprise have some kind of surprises up his sleeves, like for the show. What one of the biggest surprises Elimination Chamber could feature is the return of the Iconics. The former It says the former women's tag team champions have not appeared on WWE programming in 3 years. They were released by the company on April 15th, 2021. Just a few days, if not a week after WrestleMania 37. WWE has booked, and it says WWE has booked only one Australian talent for Elimination Chamber so far. A surprise return from Peyton Royce and Billy Kay could draw a huge reaction from the crowd. The two women could also help strengthen the WWE's women's tag team division, as the company requires established women's tag teams to be the exact. And it says right here, WWE wanted to bring back the Iconics before Elimination Chamber, which it says onto this report, the Iconics took a break from pro wrestling in 2022 after having a short run as the inspiration in Impact Wrestling. Following their departure from WWE, Peyton Royce returned to in-ring action last fall after giving birth. Billy Kay also became a mom last December, so she will probably be looking forward to lacing up her boots again soon. Well, while speaking on their off her chops podcast, the Iconics revealed WWE offered them a return to the company at Royal Rumble 2022, and this is what they had to say during this topic. With Kay said, well, with Billy Kay didn't say, yeah, 8 months after 8 or 9 months after our releases. Releases with Royce then also weighing in. It was a little bit too fresh, I think, and they continued by explaining why it was too soon to return. With Peyton Royce starting off with, we certainly weren't mentally prepared to go back into it. Was too soon, basically. And Billy Kay then also added too much at the time. I definitely loved getting asked. Thought I thought that was nice. I thought that was nice, and then the former women's tag team champions might finally be ready to return to WWE, especially with the company being run by Triple H now. So a return at Elimination Chamber in their own country is possible. Peyton Royce even teased helping Bayley against WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Io Sky and the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, on Twitter. And here's the tweet right here from the former Women's Tag Team Champions with He's with Bailey commenting one of the best Let's Wrestle with Cassie Lee, aka Peyton Royce, said, "Let me pop this bum bum out and bub out bum. Let me pop this bob out real quick, and I'm gonna let you read it for yourself in the right here on this post that was been posted on Twitter or slash formerly known as Twitter, uh, now known as what's X. That's right. Yeah, like I should know that because it's one easy letter. But anyways, but what are your thoughts on the Iconics could possibly return at Elimination Chamber, and for the fact that they could because it will be in their home country in Australia, which that would be one of the reasons why I can think of two reasons why they could return. One, because of one, it's gonna be in their home country in Australia, and they could do a storyline with the Iconics and Bailey teaming up against the new Japanese Damage Control with Io Sky and the Kabuki Warriors. And two, in two, we can have them. Yeah, we can do that storyline. But also, they're they were very they were well liked by Triple H, like for him being the women's star in the division, like in their time in NXT. Even though they haven't won championship in the Black and Gold brand, but he elevated them as a successful duo, like they are well known today. Like and also, like we can see, and for the second reason, we can see, even though that should be three reasons, but I'm just gonna add them in because it's like it ties in the second place mark, like in two, like that, and they're free agents too. Like they were known as one of the Triple H guys from back in 2017, 2018. And also 18, and also they're free agents. But even though it's for a totally different reason why they became free agents, and they took a break in the wrestling business altogether. But at the same time, they would probably wouldn't mind rejoining the Stanford-based company, like in this like if they get this standing ovation of this treatment of making their big return at the one of their biggest stage, even though it's not the number one biggest stage, but it's one of the biggest stage for being the last pay-per-view before, or premium live event, if you want to call it that, like before WrestleMania. And then they will probably agree on that if they're ready. Like, and I know they just gave them birth to their respective babies. Like, and they probably need more time before they can even get into ring shape. But even though like they made the returns, they're not gonna, and we all know they're not gonna exactly gonna compete in the ring. They're just gonna make their presence known. That they're probably gonna go after the women's tag team championships if these speculations are true. But yeah, we're just gonna have to. Only one way to find out is to see what's next for the former women's tag team championship. If they're gonna go into that route of going after the women's tag team champions, which they're currently held by the Kabuki Warriors of the new Damage Control, with Io Sky being the new leader. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below on what your thoughts onto this latest wrestling rumor news. Well, let's move on to WWE Legends revealed what Billy Jack Haynes was like to work with, which is an exclusive of. We're gonna read the exclusive right onto this report down below, and it says the WWE Hall of Famer Ted Long recently recalled how he felt about working with Billy Jack Haynes in WCW on that same interview with Bill Apter of of Sportskeeda wrestling. Like on February 8th, Haynes was arrested after being accused of shooting and killing his wife, Jan, uh, Jeanette Becraft, I believe, Becraft at at their home in Portland, Oregon. The wrestling legend started his career at Stu Hart's excuse me, a Stampede Wrestling promotion before making his name in championship wrestling from Florida. Long appeared on the latest episode of Sportskeeda's. But I mean, what I was talking about, I already said that. But anyways, with him having this to say to Bill after, I worked with him back in the day when we were in WCW. Long said, real nice guy to work with, man, very nice. I got a very nice guy. When I heard that, I'm like, Jesus Christ, which is on the article. Oh, which is on the full comments is on the full comments on the interview is on 604 to 618, which you can check it out for your guys self. But it says right here. But what are your thoughts on to that? Like when he heard about the sad, or more likely the I would say not crazy, but more likely the insane, more likely the insane and sad news about this event, where the what has been said about what he did to his wife. And And also, yeah. And what are your thoughts? Of his reaction? What are your thoughts on him talking about him and their past days in WCW, with Ted Long being the referee at the time, and Billy Jack Haynes was the one of the WCW stars, like in the company's roster, like of him being the wrestling star on that company, like maybe right after he left WWE, because they said he wrestled in the 80s and he went to WCW in the 90s. So yeah, it's obvious back in the 90s he was being like at least the mid card star, which I haven't really watched WCW. Obviously, I wasn't here at the time, but I heard some highlights that he was a recognizable name in the WCW roster, like years after he wrestled for WWE. But well, it was WWF at the time, yeah. But yeah, let me know also about that in the comments down below, about my point of saying what's your thoughts on Ted Long gave a Jesus Christ reaction on if he heard about when he heard about the tragic news about uh, Billy Jack Haynes, about what he committed onto his wife. But yeah, but also Bill after reflects uh, on Billy Jack Haynes' wrestling career. Like in 1984, Billy Jack Haynes faced former WWE champion superstar Billy Graham at several events in Florida around the same time. He also uh, formed a tag team with Cody and Dustin's father, Dusty Rhodes, and and then yeah, Bill after remembers watching Haynes in the early days of his career, with him saying, I knew him back when he was in Portland, like where he first started, and then really he really made his mark in Florida, feuding with superstar Billy Graham, the Battle of the Full Nelsons. Like he was a huge star there. Then and of course he went to WWE for a while. He worked a lot of the independents. Like he was a solid muscle man wrestler, which is which this which you can find this from 634 to 658, like on the full article of this of this comment of these comments from the edit the senior editor of wrestling of Sportskeeda Wrestling. My apologies for getting that tongue tied, but yeah. Excuse me, but anyways, yeah. Yeah, it is very rare. But anyways, yeah, from the editor of Sportskeeda Wrestling, and it said like after added like that he often wrote about Haynes in pro wrestling magazines in the 80s. He said, and he continued, we covered him in the magazines all the time. We had him on stories inside the magazine. We had him on covers. He looked incredible, didn't he? Which is article on 959 to 1010. Like Haynes then wrestled for WWE between 1998 and 1988. His time with the company is best remembered for his match against Hercules at WrestleMania 3 in 1987, like I said before. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Bill Apter's thoughts on what are your thoughts on Bill Apter's time of knowing everything about Jack Haynes or Billy Jack Haynes in his time in wrestling? Like, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, but it looks like there's not gonna be much positive to say about him anymore. And now he's possibly gonna have a life prison sentence, like in the foreseeable future, as soon as he gets discharged from the hospital, because he has an injured hip or ribs, injured ribs. That's what it was, injured ribs. Like after the murder of his wife, of course. Yeah, but let's move on and end this end today's video with some Triple H news. It says complicating a complicated plan for the Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns storyline reports, and it seems like it's been revealed. Like according to these reports from WWE themselves, there has been a new update on how Triple H reportedly had to deal with the convoluted WrestleMania situation involving Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns and The Rock. The latest report reveals a big sense of confusion and like in how things like would have planned out. Fans were satisfied after Cody Rhodes officially chose to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. It appeared as though all the online traction paid off on the latest episode of Wrestling Observer newsletter. I'd say if according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, a detailed report revealed a complication like situation for the game as the head of the WWE creative. Like the report stated that Triple H had an idea to to shoot an injury angle where the bloodline would take on Cody Rhodes, like on the February on the February 2nd episode of SmackDown, leading to the official announcement like of Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania 40 kickoff press event in Las Vegas. However, the end result of his storyline would still be Cody Rhodes winning the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. However, it wasn't. It wasn't satisfied the end whether the end of the story would be at WrestleMania. Rhodes comment on the February 2nd episode of SmackDown about the match not being at WrestleMania, complicating things in a big way, and caused a lot of controversy. It it was noted that the big charges happened after CM Punk got hurt, leaving his rumored WrestleMania opponent Seth Rollins without anyone to face. This is where the idea to have Cody Rhodes face Rollins came came up. Something like fans clearly disapproved of, despite their love for both superstars. The report concluded that Triple H's tempta- tentative plan was to have Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 40 Night 1 and Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania Night 2. When the card was being planned at this stage, the end of the the it's like the one we're playing the end goal was supposedly to have Cody Rhodes versus Reigns post WrestleMania. But what are your guys' thoughts onto this situation with this confusion between who's facing Rollins, who's facing Reigns, and then at first it was supposed to be Punk versus Rhodes, and then but that fell through with CM Punk suffering an injury, and even if he didn't have the injury, Cody Rhodes would have won the Royal Rumble match, winning back to back, tying with Stone Cold Steve Austin and winning back to back. But but anyways, but yeah, but they were supposed to have CM Punk win the number one contenders match in Elimination Chamber, which that fell through. And it looks like we're gonna have a replacement, whether if that being like a Randy Orton or Drew McIntyre, or whoever's gonna face Seth Rollins on the World Heavyweight, which I believe will be Drew McIntyre because he keeps speaking that he's gonna win. Like whether if he wins the easy way with a cheap shot, or if he wins with some outside interference, like with somebody costing Randy Orton at the end of the match, which I believe they're the first two that qualified in the Elimination Chamber match, but I think they're going to be the last two that's going to be remaining in the match until some dastardly heel will cost Orton the match, which will give Drew McIntyre the easy victory. That's on my prediction, the way I would see it. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below on what your thoughts on this matter, and do you think that's what's going to happen, or do you think it's going to be a different way that's gonna be the end of the match, or it's gonna be one-on-one fairly, like with these two showing who's gonna be the one that's gonna dethrone the visionary and the current world heavyweight champion. But I would not mind, even if it was Randy Orton. But I just want to see Drew McIntyre finish his story of winning the world champion in front of a crowd, though. Even though he's going to be a heel this time, but he still deserves that opportunity, which I'm not sure if fans will cheer or boo him because the opportunity with him finally getting that opportunity if he wins, will be a very mixed emotions, like in many ways. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below about that, and also, yeah, let me know what you're gonna what's your thoughts on Roman Reigns, who he's gonna face. Which I already gave my idea, but I'm not sure if it will work. But that way, at least at this time, like we're gonna probably see Cody doing double duties against The Rock and Reigns, but I think The Rock should be at WrestleMania regardless on who's he going to face, which it should be Roman Reigns, but it's not for him to take Cody's spot. We can still have Rock versus Reigns at night one, or even at the opener of night two, and then the main event we'll have Cody versus Reigns at the main event at the end of the night, at the end of the show, of course. Yeah. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts on that. We're just gonna have to wait and see. And yes, sir, ma'am, I will be doing a review for WrestleMania. It'll be like right after the WrestleMania event, which on Saturday I won't be doing, neither Saturday or Sunday. I will not be doing a review for night one and night two's Mania. It'll be the day off. We're just gonna be talking about everything WrestleMania, like it's gonna be like a big video review, which I believe if my hotspot cannot be stabilized, it looks like I'm gonna have to be making like 4 or 5 different clips videos for WrestleMania, because they're gonna have so many matches, so many moments, so many everything at the biggest show, grandest stage of them all. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts on how I'm gonna review NXT Stand and Deliver, which I would say I could. Okay, if not the daytime, I could do it the next day. That would be fine. Yeah, I would say I could do it the next day. Like now that if I'm not going to be doing the wrestling news, I can have everything scheduled like and prepared for at the showcase of the Immortals while I make that review. But yeah, please make sure to tune in for that as well in the comments. Stay tuned for that, and let me know what you're excited for this year's grandest stage of WrestleMania. Yeah, but yeah, this is the end of the wrestling news video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please make sure to hit the big thumbs up button and comment down below. Subscribe, click the bell notification so you can be the first one to know when I upload my latest videos. And also, make sure to check out Friday Night SmackDown tonight, and we're gonna see what The Rock and Roman will have to say, like in response of what Triple H said of it doesn't matter on what they would into these plans with Cody Rhodes facing Roman Reigns and him choosing the tribal chief of facing him for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, whether The Rock or Roman or both like it or not, like with Triple H saying this last week, like it doesn't by taking the Rock's catchphrase of saying that and him saying like they think they can abuse their power if they power and their authority when they don't even have authority, and they should just know they roll or something like that. With Triple H said, like they just need to know they roll, like people in the back, like what she was referring to Roman Reigns and The Rock, like you're not gonna be thinking you could take over and think you're gonna be choosing and doing whatever you want when you don't have that kind of managing authority. Like even though like The Rock is the board of directors, like that's a totally different role in the business. Like that doesn't mean you're gonna be what's that politicking your way of becoming number one contender and jeopardizing the Royal Rumble winner of their shot of facing Roman Reigns at the main event of either of the night's WrestleManias. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below on what your thoughts on to this matter. And also, yeah, make sure to hit the big make sure, and if you like this video, please make sure to hit the big thumbs up button and subscribe. Click the bell notification so you can be the first one to know when I upload my latest video. I heard, and then I heard on what happened on AEW Rampage. Make sure to check out AEW my review tonight. That which is gonna be on in the next couple of hours, I believe. But yeah, like I heard Sammy Guevara hit a huge mistakable botch right on to Jeff Hardy when he was trying to go for the 450 splash right onto him, landing his leg on his head, I believe, which hopefully he's doing okay after taking such a brutal, unscripted bump, which Sammy Guevara did a huge mistake, which I heard that, but yeah. But make sure, to skip that video if you don't want to be spoiled. Like, I'll recommend you guys, which I forgot to say, my apologies, for not giving you the warning first before mentioning what happened between Sammy Guevara. But I didn't give the match finishes because I did not heard anything else. Luckily, I didn't. And there's going to be some more pretty good matches, even like with the Acclaim and the Bullet Club Gold, a.k.a. Bang Bang Scissor Gang, are going to be in 12-man tag team action. Make sure you check that out as well. Which I believe these are going to be the top two matches of the night, which I get to see it right now, not because I'm just saying that, but just the way I'm looking at it, like they're going to be a very dullest. It's going to be absolutely less boring. It's not going to be. It's going to be everything but boring. Like it's going to be the number one thing it's going to be is entertainment success. Like that's what they're going to bring. And then also same with SmackDown. The only thing we heard is that and what else the qualifier matches, like for the men's and women's side with with Logan Paul taking on The Miz and Dirty Dominic Mysterio taking on Kevin Owens in the last two spots into this Elimination Chamber qualifier number one contenders match. Or more like qualifier matches in the number one contenders Elimination Chamber match at the Elimination Chamber Premium Live event. And we also got the women's side with Tiffany Stratton will take on Shotzi. And we also have Naomi taking on Zelina Vega. But I heard Shotzi recently got injured in her pre-tapings with Lyra Valkyria for the NXT Women's Championship on the pre-taped episode of NXT this coming Tuesday. Which hopefully she's doing okay and she's not too injured to the point. I'm gonna say I don't want her to be injured at all. I want to wish her the best in her speedy recovery. But I'm saying hopefully it's not gonna keep her away from getting an opportunity for the for her spot in the women's elimination chamber match to see who's going to be determined of facing the Eradicator Rhea Ripley for her women's championship at WrestleMania. Let's hope it's not too bad of an injury, to keep her out of action for long. And hopefully she could still manage to fight, Tiffany Stratton tonight. But yeah, let me know in the comments below about that, which I believe there are going to be plenty of matches. I could say half a dozen already by looking at the schedule, or at least 3/4 of the schedule of Friday Night SmackDown. Everything's going to be looking great. And I'll say this could possibly be the greatest segment of all the SmackDowns from this year so far. I could just see it right now. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, hopefully you guys have a great Friday evening or afternoon, evening, or wherever you're at. And I'll see you all in the next video later on tonight. Until we meet again, Super Ninja Austin, the Assassin, out of here. Bye-bye, my SNA fans.